Hey everybody, this is Mandy and I'm coming to you live from my laundry room so that I won't wake the kids up. But what I've come to talk to you about today is basically government assistance and taxpayers and WIC, those who receive WIC assistance and everything else. Excuse me right quick. I had to take a drag out the door. Listen, um, for basically I'm going to start. I got into a conversation with a few people here on Facebook about the WIC assistance program. Um, well, they were basically saying that food stamps, WIC assistance are all welfare. And I listed the reasons that I did not think that WIC was welfare, which was because of the simple fact that it's not income based. You don't have to be fucking on your last leg poor to receive it. Um, it's baby milk. It's not food items that you can buy, sell, or trade. I guess you could sell baby milk if you got that damn hard up, but who the fuck would sell their baby milk? I hope anybody wouldn't do that. And if they did, I don't think it's a hot commodity. I don't think it's going like, I don't think niggas is looking for baby milk everywhere on the streets. But anyway, but I digress. Um, a few people assumed a lot of stuff about me because of the simple fact that I said that I received weak assistance. And one thing they assumed is that I did not have a degree. Well, I actually have a 4-year degree in business. Okay. And I also have 6 years experience doing government work, civilian government work in that same field, and have been told numerous times here that I am overqualified for a lot of positions that I apply for in the area and some outside of the area, talking at least an hour and a half away looking for work. And have been, like I said, have been told that I'm overqualified for the positions that I've been applying for. Um, Basically, they don't want to pay me the money. They don't want to pay me the money, and they don't want to put me in a position to where they hire me, and then I'll leave for a better opportunity. Basically, as soon as I get there, hopefully. But anyway, they also assumed that I was an unwed mother. Okay, and not that it's any of your fucking business, but I have, in fact, been married before and divorced, and I'm married now. Um, my husband works and goes to school, and I go to school and I work part time because I have 2 children on me. Um, okay, now that I've gotten all that out of the way, hopefully you guys can stop assuming and you sound like assholes because I've written this shit in the comments 5 or 6 times and repetition is killing me. So now that I've said that, let's carry on to the next subject at hand. Taxpayers. This is something that annoys the fuck out of me. Okay, hold on. Now, once upon a time, I was well over 6 figures a year. Once upon a time, my ex-husband was well over 6 figures a year. So I actually, unlike most of you, know what it means to pay taxes. So I would give in maybe 7,000 back to IRS every year versus, oh, they're taking it out of my check like they're doing now. And at the end of each year, most of you, if not all of you, receive all of those taxes that you pay out right back in your hand. So who you're actually complaining for is people like me and people like Pritchard Wellington, who lives in the hills, who actually pays taxes out versus get them back at the end of every year. They can complain because they actually are paying taxes. They're taking that shit out of your check and then they're giving it right back to you, if not more, at the end of each year. The only taxes that you're actually paying if you're under the six-figure bracket is probably the taxes on your fucking food. Um, so yeah, that just annoys the fuck out of me. I think a lot of people just hear information from the media or hear information from certain people and they carry it over like it's their own without actually thinking about it, without even actually thinking about, oh, how does this affect me? They want to be in with what's trending, what's going on now, what people are saying. They basically want to be sheeple and blend with the crowd before actually thinking. But I know that I get my taxes back every year. I'm not paying for anybody anything because I'm getting them back at this point today at the end of every year. And when I didn't get them back a few years ago, I was not sitting around complaining about feeding children. Okay? I was not sitting around complaining about feeding children. And to hear women say this shit, I know it's only a repeat of what these men are on here saying. Because the one thing I know about women, if I don't know shit else, especially the young, what do they call them? Young, dumb, and full of cum ones, is the fact they'll do anything to gain a man's respect, including knock out all the logic, all common sense, all common decency, um, all, all of their morals, any nurturing type of, characteristic that they might have to fit in with a man. Because like as in Mom Divine videos, I do agree with when she says that a lot of women basically feel like nothing without a man because that's how they've been trained. They've been trained to feel like absolutely nothing unless they're accepted by a man. And I'm not that woman, and my husband respects that. He likes that. He actually sat me down last night and he told me, I love you just because of the simple fact that you do not think like most women. You don't operate like most women. You have a mind of your own. You don't go with the crowd. I go against the grain sometimes if I have to. And that's what a lot of you women need to do. You need to start doing that because most of you fall for these shitty guys and then you blame the guys. And the thing is, you're just happy. You're not even looking for a mate based on what you actually even want. You're looking for a mate on what other people tell you that you should have because of the simple fact that you don't even know who you are. If you're willing to bend and break for a guy, at this point, you don't even know who the fuck you are enough to even know what the fuck you actually want. You're just wanting what you're told you should want. Um, and so I don't want to get into all that little spiel about what I think about women and men because there's so much of this gender shit going on. I just really, the whole tax thing with you fuckers who only make $50,000 or $60,000 a year, or like me, 40, sitting here complaining about having to feed a child. You're a woman complaining about having to feed a child. I took care of 4 fucking children, including my own, that weren't mine. 4 children that were not mine. Because you know what? And I'm going to repeat this and I'm going to quote her, Mama Divine. A mother to one is usually a mother to all. Only a shitty ass woman would sit around and complain about tax dollars for feeding children. I don't give a fuck if those children were a mistake. I don't give a fuck where their daddy is. And even when I had the money and I was paying taxes and not borrowing or loaning them like you guys and seeing them back every year because you're not paying shit. You're not paying anything for anyone. Point blank period. You sound fucking ridiculous and you sound stupid as fuck. Anyway, I can imagine only what type of mother that you would be to sit around and complain about having to, of all the things that you could complain about your tax dollars being borrowed for, you choose to complain about feeding children. We're not even talking food assistance. We're not talking cash assistance because WIC is what I wrote about. So you guys are not complaining about food for grown-ups. You guys are not complaining about any of that other stuff. You're not complaining about the big corporations that basically tax the fuck out of you each paycheck and live off your ass and have you fucking sitting here hand to mouth, or have your ass sitting here doing without the things that you want, you know, are having to sacrifice for the things that you're not complaining about them. No, we're these women, these new age dumb bitches who are going to sit here and complain about feeding children. That's who the fuck we are. So you know what the thing is, and a lot of people say, oh, and you know, honestly, I'm not a feminist. I'm not a fucking feminist. I do I do want respect. I want the respect that I give to everyone. Okay. I do have certain roles as a woman that I like to play. If I didn't like doing them, I wouldn't do them. I don't, and my husband knows, I don't feel obligated to shit in this world. So lucky for you that I'm a damn good person and I want to do this shit anyway because I don't feel obligated to shit. But I could clean, go to work, go to school, take care of his kids and my kids, of course. Iron, whatever the fuck, take care of the house, run the house, raise my kids right, you know. But you know the thing is, a lot of men say, "Oh, these women, they got daddy issues. They coming from families that aren't put together." And someone even told me their whole family history about, you know, her and their parents were married and they thought about having kids before they were married. She assumed I was unwed. And the thing about this is, you know what, honey, my mother and father were around for 28 years of my life. And he recently passed. They were together until he died. Point. They were together until he died. And you know the thing that makes me such a strong woman is the fact, and I'm going to say strong. I have a strong mate and I'm a strong woman. You know the thing that makes me that is the fact that I was actually raised by my father. So any man, any women who are usually raised by their mothers, and I'm not saying all, but I've noticed some, most who are raised by their mothers live for the male's approval. They live for the male's approval. They are basically with this idea, again, that they're nothing without a man. They are brought from birth to be a good woman, do this, do that. This is what makes a good woman based on how a man would look at you. See, I was raised by my father, so I know how to mow a lawn. I know how to change tires, change oil. I know how to pressure wash. I know how to do everything else if I have to get out there and ever get in a situation where I have to hustle. But, you know, legally, but without sacrificing my dignity, morals, and respect. I also know how to cook my fucking ass off. And I also know how to, well, that's how I got the kids. But the point is, you know, stop sitting here being so quick to judge someone based on the fact that they're on government assistance. Because life will definitely put you in a situation to teach you why you shouldn't judge. Some call it karma. I call it karma is here to teach us why we shouldn't do things or why we shouldn't be the way we were or be the way we are. Point blank, period. That's what it's here for. And if you're going to be one of those people to sit around and judge everyone, not knowing anything about the situation, because everyone who is on welfare is not, they're not stupid, they're not lazy, they're not none of those, they're not they don't lack the ability to plan. Because if I know anything about life, or if I've learned anything within my last 29 years of being here, is that shit happens. You can go from 6 figures a year, not depending on anybody, and you can get so high on your fucking horse until, and luckily I haven't reached that point yet, but you can get to the point where you're dependent on everyone around you. Fuck just government assistance, but every fucking one. So you need to watch the way that you treat people. You need to watch the way that you think of people. You need to have understanding for the situations around you without being so judgmental. And you know, that's honestly all that I have to say about that. And I'm not going to push the point that you bitches don't pay taxes any fucking way. You loan them out and get them back at the end of each fucking year. And that you're actually complaining for Beverly Johnson out with her house on the hill, who actually pays taxes every year and doesn't, you know, want to help feed the kids. So anyway, I hope you ladies have a lovely night. I've spoken my piece. I've said what the fuck I had to say. And honestly, I have shit to do. And if you want to know anything else about me, read the fucking comment section, because all this fucking repetition is fucking killing me. And you bitches act like you can't fucking read, and you come here with the same shit that I have to explain over and over and over and over again. And honestly, you know, I just want to finish the video off with this last comment that someone made. She said, what are the chances of you being in a loving relationship if you're not married? Well, the fucking divorce rates are up to 50% now this year. So at this point, you have the same chances you do in being in a loving relationship and a lasting relationship as if you weren't married, as if you were to get married. Because if 50% of these marriages are ending in a divorce, you know, I mean, I'm sure, I'm hoping that I don't have to say the rest out of common sense. I'm hoping that some of you have some of that. So anyway, I have shit to do. I hope that you guys enjoyed my video and seeing my awesome face, because I know that's what you wanted. I know you only wanted me to get on here and spaz out and make a video for you fuckers on this comment section. But yeah, this is it. Enjoy. Watch as many times as you need to. If you feel like you missed something and you still need to ask a question and you put it below and it was in the video, I'll simply ask that you rewatch the video over again or actually listen to it. And listen to it fully this time. Okay, good night.